Hello and welcome to One and All. My name is Laksha Jolly and I'm an intern at Lexis & Co. I'm a third year student at New Law College, Pune, and the topic for the day is loopholes in Indian legal system. In India, Indian legal system is a lawyer's paradise. This was stated by Sir Ivor Jennings. He said this and highlighted the fact that our constitution is the lengthiest constitution in the world. It resulted in some unnecessary delay and proceedings and inadequate justice. Sir Jennings further said that the law should be intelligible and to the common people. But the Indian constitution is very complex, which makes it harder to understand. Modern Indian legal system is an embodiment of the British rule. All the legal setup has been established by the British government. The Indian constitution is just 67 years old, which might sound a lot to be very honest, but is very young compared to the other countries. Thus, our legal system is constantly going through changes and to emerge as better and more efficient system. There are numerous problems which have to be addressed in the legal system, and a few of them are mentioned below. In numerous cases, a recent study stated that nearly 2.8 crore cases are pending in the Indian district courts. Data showed that district courts across the country have a backlog of both civil and criminal cases totaling 2.8 crores. Out of these 2.8 crore cases, nearly 1.8 crores cases were disposed of. One main reason of these huge pending litigation is shortage of judges and subordinate courts. This is because of the big concern as 4,954 judge posts are vacant and sanctioned strength of judicial officers or subordinate courts is 21,324. The report stated that the present judicial officer strength is sufficient to handle oncoming cases and maintain the pending cases at manageable limit. Timely delivery of justice is critical and component of citizenship which cannot be neglected. It should be noted that overworked and overburdened judges mean more work for the staff and chronic shortage of court space and never-ending delivery of justice. Second point is corruption. Legal system is no stranger to corruption. It was reported by Law Minister in 2014 that 8 of the current CJIs were corrupt, and many Supreme Court judges have reported that 3 former Chief Justices of India have made improper compromises to let a corrupt High Court judge continue in their office. It is also very unfortunate that every time a predilection from executive slash legislature is made to the judiciary, the same is taken as an attack on the judiciary's independence. The Constitution does not have any provision to register an FIR against the judge who has taken a bribe. An FIR against a judge can only be registered after taking the permission of the Chief Justice of India. Obviously, the same is not possible for everyone as it takes a lot of resources to just register an FIR for a judge. Accused under trial. Anyone who has committed a crime, it is justified to stay in jail. But for any innocent to spend time in jail for a crime they did not commit is horrendous. Indian jails are filled with innocent individuals under trial. They are confined to jail till they get a conclusive decision. Most of these individuals are confined to jails for more than their actual time, and the time spent in jail is mostly comprised of waiting for conclusive decision. Moreover, all the expenses, pain, agony that are used by them to defend themselves and not guilty until till convicted. On the other hand, the rich and the powerful people can bring the police to their side, and police can harass and silence the inconvenienced and poor person. During the long ordeals in the courts, lack of interaction among people and courts is a third point. Successful judiciary is triumphant when the general public knows the mechanics of the judiciary. Society most participate in the court proceedings, and it is more of responsibility of the public to make sure that they are participative enough to have knowledge about the related to the judiciary. Law officers and makers must be close to the public and seek their opinion on a particular law or judgment. Concluding observations, there is no doubt on the credibility of Indian judiciary system. It is one of the largest judicial systems around the world, having a law for almost all sorts of criminal activities. If you look at the history, the Supreme Court since its inaugural sitting on 28th of January 1950 has delivered over 25,000 reported judgments. But the issue of corruption, pending cases, lack of transparency in the judiciary cannot be avoided. Thus, if the judicial system removes these backlogs, we might see the Indian judicial system as the best judicial system in the world. Also, the faith of common person in judiciary may be restored before it's completely lost. Thank you and have a great day.